It's I got some shit to say to podcast, man. We're back like we don't stop because trust us, we never do. All we do is work. Y'all know me.
Fuck you, Squints.
That's right, R.I.P.
Whizzle Fizzle.
Forever and always. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm sitting amongst a total stranger, but that's totally fine. I've been seeing this guy make moves now for a little while. I ran into him here one day at Streets 99.3. Just recently, like in that same sentence, he started just flooding my algorithm. Now I can't make him go away. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I got my friend Wiley in the building, man.
I'm here to stay. I'm here to stay.
He is. Is that mic going crazy on you there? What's up, Wiley?
Hey, man, shit, I'm chilling, man.
Nice to have you, bro. I appreciate you joining me.
Hey, man, thank you for having me.
Yeah, I seen this guy. All of a sudden, I just seen this long-haired white dude just start rapping all over the place in Nashville. I started seeing him involved with, like, numerous events. I have yet to see him perform live in person, unfortunately. Wow. But when I seen there was a specific live performance I saw, and I think y'all were at Skydeck, if I'm correct. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. This dude comes out on stage and like a fucking, and I forgot a clip. We'll mute it. I have to mute it due to monetary issues, but you see the clip right here. I'll get that clip from you. But you see him, he's coming out on stage in a fucking straitjacket. And that's when I didn't know nothing about Wiley's catalog or anything like that. And I don't even know if that was before I ran into you here at Streets, but it was like that and like some similar type shit. I just seen this fucking different stuff popping up, man, of this dude I didn't know nothing about. Where are you from, Wiley? Are you from here?
Man, you know, I grew up in Murfreesboro.
Okay, talk your shit. I'm from Rutherford County.
Yeah, I grew up in Murfreesboro. So,
I'm from Smyrna.
So you know, long story put in a nutshell. So parents divorced, split family.
Okay.
Born in Savannah, Georgia, on the coast.
Okay.
You know, well, not really Savannah. It's like, you know, 40 minutes south in like the gutter part, McIntosh County. If you're from that area, you might know they call it Mac and Trash.
Okay.
You know, so
dope.
I grew up a little bit of both from Murfreesboro and McIntosh County all the way up to high school. So I was kind of raised there and here up to high school until I made the decision. So I could make the decision legally to be like, yeah, I'm deciding who I'm living with, and that decision was with my mother up here in Tennessee. And,
okay.
You know, with all my friends and, you know, things that I had established here in Tennessee, and actually working on music. I remember a Christmas. It's funny, we're coming up on Christmas. I just thought about the story. One year, my dad, I guess it was like maybe freshman high school year or something like that, found out that I rapped.
Oh, okay.
And brought up some you know, stuff at the dinner table, which my father, you know, he was a bright man, brilliant man, successful man, in the wrong ways, but he was not a very good man.
Oh, okay.
And I learned a lot from that. So, you know, he you know, got onto me, and I remember him, you know, saying that I was making this N-word music.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
And so
that type of father.
That type of father, yeah.
Gotcha.
So I remember writing a letter to my father that Christmas, the night before Christmas, and saying that, you know, I'm not about this, and I'm going back to Tennessee. And so I wrote that letter, and I got in the car and I drove.
Wow.
So I guess it was like right when I got my license. So yeah, I had to have been like 16.
Wow. Okay. Was that? Do you have a relationship with your father in present time?
No, he passed away several years
R.I.P.
ago. Yeah, no, yeah, well.
Yeah, I understand. But did you ever like rekindle your relationship with your father from that time?
You know, he became very, I would say
distant.
No, you know, whenever he got sick and, you know, was battling cancer for months and everything, his heart softened up.
Gotcha.
You know, and started, you know, congratulating me on my music success, and, you know, oh, this one song actually sounds kind of good. And,
well, that's nice. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, I think he was trying to make amends with himself and the Lord, which I hope he did.
Yeah.
And God rest his soul.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, not to pry, just curious.
No, yeah.
But yeah, so that got you back here full time to Tennessee is when Dad kind of almost banished you just for being the creative mind that you possessed, right, and doing the things that you were doing. And it's not completely uncommon. Unfortunately, as that story's told, like, I mean, it's not uncommon. Like, you know what I mean? To be the white boy rapper, dude, like,
Yeah.
luckily, my dad was just clueless most of my life growing up, because when I was that age, I rapped. I was betting on the house, bro. Like, I was all about that rap shit. And while my father didn't necessarily approve of it, he definitely didn't. I didn't have it that way. You know what I'm saying? So I could only imagine what that may be like. But I had zero support from my father until, like you said, later in years, and when he got sick and shit
once
like
he realized he was dying,
Yeah,
it was like,
yeah.
shit. Okay, family's important.
Yeah.
Regardless of what avenue you choose to go down.
Yeah.
And regardless of how they were brought up. You know, we do forget that,
Sure.
like, well, one, racism's still a thing today, but you know, it wasn't only but a couple hundred years ago when, you know, there was you know, a white and black separated water fountain.
Yeah.
You know,
Segregated.
segregated.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, not even a couple hundred. Yeah, I mean, it was maybe 100.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Where that shit was still going on, less than 100. But
It definitely exists, but it's a two-way street. Like, I think there's many racist people of different colors. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't.
oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that
is a thing.
Every race can be racist,
Right.
then
That's a better way of saying it. But you're absolutely right, dude. Yeah. But yeah, that's unfortunate.
It is crazy. This, you know, this still goes on today. But I think we are finally reaching like at least I hope. I hope in my heart. I'm an optimistic person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also a realist.
Sure.
So I would consider myself a combination of both. But I have hope for the future, man. What hip hop brought to me and what rap brought to me was something that I couldn't get or couldn't find in my immediate surroundings. So so my surrounding became I went to Central Middle School, which I don't know if you know. I'm at Central.
Bro, I went to Smyrna Middle School.
And,
like I'm saying, that's our rival, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
so like
I didn't know you were from Rutherford County. That's fun fact for sure.
So Central Middle School, you know, that school is now a magnet school, which it was on the.
I didn't know that.
It was on the verge of being torn down because
of Mount Juliet. Right? Ain't that like that?
No, Central's like right in Murfreesboro. But
no. I mean, because of Mount Juliet High, like I thought Central High was like a thing because Blackman High got built and Mount Juliet High got built is when talks of Central being on demise. But I don't know how accurate that is.
It was just because of the gang violence.
Yeah, gotcha.
And like it was just a rough part of town. That's honestly the school that molded me.
Hell yeah!
And,
shout out Central Middle.
You know, I remember freestyling in the bathrooms. You know, breaking away, teachers busting in, and you're like, "What are y'all doing in here?
Right,
we're just rapping."
Many. Let me ask you, like around when you were in high school, when you were freestyling, so to speak, were there any other white boys doing it?
Not many.
That same story, different book, Bubba. Like when I was in high school, I was literally known as the white boy that could. You know what I'm saying?
Not many. You know, and it's common to get the whole like, you know, Eminem comparison.
Sure.
And you know, Vanilla Ice or whatever. But you know, now you got rappers that are popping up in every single race, background, religion that you can think of.
Agreed. Yeah,
and I
totally agree.
It's, you know,
I say it all the time on here, bro. I was a white rapper when it was different to be a white rapper. I really was.
I remember whenever I got signed to a record label when I was 17 years old.
Okay, flex. Didn't know this.
And well, Higher Echelon. It's that was headed by Brad Sativa. He goes by Brad Sativa now. Brad King B&B is where he was then with TQ the Hurricane.
Shout out TQ.
I'm sure.
Golly.
Yeah, you remember TQ?
Jesus Christ.
Okay, so you do know who I'm talking about. So this is Higher Echelon. So they got me on their label, and this is at a time where, you know, I'm young and dumb.
Sure.
And I was like, you know, the white boy, and they were like, you know, we got to push this white boy, because at that time, it's like, okay, if you're white, you have a way better chance of making it in the music industry because you're different, and that's what they're looking for, and that's what the industry, you know, you've got a leg up, this white privilege thing, and man, I thought that in itself was kind of crazy to me, and now. I guess 2025, which that was back in like 2008. And now in 2025, it's like, man, there's just so many people rapping and making music. And honestly, the industry is just flooded with people that, you know.
Trash.
I mean, I didn't want to go out and say that.
Well, I just think the market's oversaturated as a whole. You know what I mean? There's just too much.
Oh, very much. Man.
And even like the status of like, there used to just be like a solidified like group of folks that were like at this certain status that were just like, they were stars. You know what I'm saying? And now just everybody wants to be a star, and it seems like even being like as dope as you can be, like you'll achieve certain things and still be compared with much stars that don't shine near as bright, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just easily you get lost in the sauce, man. There's too much going on.
It's way too much. There'll be you got Lil Kirk popping over here, and you little ding ding, and
shout Lil Ding Ding,
and then you got big crispy over here.
Hell yeah, Big Crispy,
and little chair leg, and they're all on. I saw this guy released an Instagram reel. He was like, "My name Big Skating Truck. I'm gonna be in town this weekend. Where are you gonna be?" And it's like, I don't know who you are.
Right.
I don't know who like half of the rappers in Nashville are.
Ain't that wild, bro?
But I know the good ones.
Facts.
I know the
Me too.
I know the good ones.
I say, bro, it's so common now. Like you could literally go outside and just yell that you need a feature, and somebody will be like, "I got you. I need a feature."
But is that feature gonna be worse?
Probably be trash. Probably, but I'm just saying, there's so many motherfuckers think they can do it. You follow what I'm saying?
Yo, let's collab. Let's make a song.
Too many yes men motherfuckers be like, "Oh, dude, that was great. Good job," and it'd be fucking trash. So that motherfucker just made that trash ass record, thinks he has what it takes to make another record, 2 or 3 records, and then fucking pollute our ears with the dumb shit.
Too, man. I'm gonna go ahead and call out, the important people in the industry or the people making the decisions or whatever. They'll be the first ones to smile in your face and go, yeah, man, I love what you're doing, man. You're doing everything right, man. Just keep doing it. We just need to,
the best word the fakest word out here right now is energy.
I love your energy, man.
That's it.
I love the vibes you're putting out.
I'm killing it. If you tell me you like my energy, bro, I am the shit.
Bro, I got this energy about me. And people go home and they're like, yeah, I put off this aura. And, I don't know if you heard about aura farming. Lately.
That's like good music, bro.
Aura farming?
Okay. Put me
on.
What's that?
So it's like, it's like this thing where you are cultivating your aura to spread it essentially like in a crowd where you go off and put off your vibes and then you observe the people that are around, and then you're planting seeds to spread your vibe or your aura.
What's the end goal? Like, I don't understand. I'm still kind of confused.
I guess the end goal is to make
everybody think
yourself feel like that you are the shit, and then
you're a wave,
and then that person goes home and they're like, "Oh my gosh, my energy is so
aura farming.
Oh my gosh, I have farmed.
I don't know. I've never heard that term.
So much aura tonight, and man, everybody's just about themselves, man.
Facts.
Like, when you meet somebody, when I meet somebody, I swear it's like. When I meet somebody, I'm like, "Hey, what's up? What do you do? Hey, can what are you into, man? What do you like? Like, hey, how can I get to know you?"
Sure.
And most of the time, when you meet somebody and they ask you those questions, they're asking you those questions, but in the back of their mind, the question they really want to ask is, "How can
you help me?
You help me?"
Sure.
How can you help me? And especially in the music industry, so it's like. It's a bunch of smiles, a bunch of nods, fake shit. And so, like, first of all, the music industry 100% fucked. Is one of the most upside down industries in the world. I mean, I would go so far to say that it is.
And motherfuckers wonder why I don't get out much, like why I don't pull up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Well, because you got let's just simplify it down into Nashville. And you got all these artists going to all these showcase and doing all these things. Lil Dum Dum. You got Big Squeeze, or whatever. You got all all these rappers, and they every single one of them thinks they the shit and thinks they're next up.
Big facts.
I'm the next up. I'm doing it different. And you have these promoters that are like, oh hell yeah, money, money, money. All right, so yeah, we got this showcase coming up, and it only costs this
$250.
It only costs this much to get in the showcase. Oh, we got judges, and they're you're gonna get a prize.
You're gonna get tickets to sell,
and and we're gonna give you tickets to sell. And so wait a minute.
Oh,
wait
dude.
a minute. So you mean to tell me, like, I don't know, whenever I was on a label back in the day in college and stuff, like we booked gigs and then booked other artists,
sure,
and then got them on the bill.
Yeah, that's how we do.
So like any artist that we booked, we did research about them and knew that they were
very true. This is how we do.
Going to bring in a crowd, and then we paid them.
In most cases. Depends on what they bring to the table.
Yeah, well, a lot of that depends on like door.
Yeah,
what they're bringing in the door. But regardless, we weren't charging them.
Absolutely not.
To perform.
No, we don't do that.
So what promoters are doing right now? I mean, it's a common trend, and now it's caught on.
You got good energy.
Where
you should pay me a couple.
Yeah, hey man, we want
I'll put you in this scenario.
You on the show, man. Yep. I really love the vibe that you bring. So how many people you think you could bring to a show?
Yep.
And do you want to do my work for me?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Yeah, you're on then. All it takes is $250.
Yep.
And
your name will be on the flyer and everything.
Dude, we'll put your name on the actual flyer and make it seem like it's a big opportunity.
Yeah, I've heard this story so many times.
Opportunities don't pay the bills.
Facts. Near the yeah.
And you can take. God grants you opportunities daily. And it's about what you do with those opportunities.
Sure.
So the A&Rs and the promoters, they saw an opportunity where they were like, damn, this market is flooded like a motherfucker. All these people think they can rap. Well, shit, I'm going to make them pay to get on the stage. Mm-hmm. And then, so now you got...
It's a common practice.
All these shows that are happening.
Yep. With no credibility whatsoever.
No credibility.
And most of them are every artist there is trash.
They ain't checking none of the music.
Yeah.
And then you get a room of people standing around like, what am I listening to?
Why am I here? And each one of the people in the room are there to support one of those 10, 12 artists. Like, that's what it is. So when that one artist gets on stage, those 10 or 12 people will be excited to be there. But as soon as that artist comes off stage, it's right back to the whole fucking sad face, and the next 10 people will get up and support their people. Like, that's just over and over, dude. It's the same old story over and over. I don't even know how we ended up there. I asked Wiley where the fuck he was from, and then we ended up there. Yeah, shout out Wiley.
Sorry, man.
It's all good. I love it. I love the conversation. I'm here for it.
I talk, but I like to talk, but I talk with a purpose.
Yeah, and we talked off camera. Like when Wiley pulled up this afternoon, we got to know each other a little bit and, kind of check the vibes, you know what I mean, and see where we'd end up here. But, that's all. That's all in, that's protocol, bro. That's what we do over here. But to sit and we don't check the route, dude. We just keep going. So it's all good. I'm here for it. But I said that a million times. It's interesting to hear that you're originally from Rutherford County, so to speak, because that's right down the fucking road where I grew up. But obviously, that's 16, 17 years old when you finally ended up in Nashville, so to speak, and focused on making music for Wiley. Was the moms always supportive of the hustle?
Oh man, so
biggest fan.
So yeah, I've told this story a lot, and I think it's a story that I'll tell over and over again because it's something that kind of shaped my life. My first on-stage performance was in 5th grade for the DARE program.
Shout out DARE.
Shout out DARE. Resist drugs and violence. Didn't work.
No, we all failed that lion, bro. I posted that on my story the other day. I said we all let this guy down. It was the lion from DARE.
So I remember. So they pulled me out of the class, one day and asked me if I'd be interested in writing a rap for the DARE program for this show they were going to have. I was like, hell yeah.
Fuck yeah, I'm a rapper. That's what I do.
Hell yeah. I knew I was a rapper.
Hell yeah.
5th grade.
Keep going.
So I'm writing this rap, and I remember it's my name is David, which is my first name, my government name.
Fun fact. Keep going.
Wiley, my middle name, by the way. That's also a God-given name. Well, parent-given.
Okay.
Anyways.
It's important to say, though, because people may wonder. You know what I mean?
No, Wiley is actually my name.
Yeah. Squints is not my last name. People think it is, but it's not.
All right. This is government issued. So yeah. My name is David. My friends call me D. Drug free is the way I want to be.
Bars.
And so check this out. So I got this rap written. I'm 11 years old, right?
Okay. Flex. Keep going.
11.
I'm hot as fuck, bro.
11 in fifth grade. And my 18-year-old sister,
okay,
at the time, thought it would be a great idea to get her a little 11-year-old brother high.
Hell yeah.
For the first time. So I smoked weed for the first time at 11 years old.
Let's go.
And I didn't just smoke weed. Like they didn't just like let me hit the joint. They,
blowing you shotguns and shit.
Oh, shotguns.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Gravity bongs. They put a gas mask on me.
Fuck yes. Got him fucking like sheathed out.
4 blunts later.
And then what? Then you had to perform the song?
So I remember like walking down the attic steps, these unfinished steps, and I like fell down the last half of them. I chugged like a brand new half gallon of chocolate milk that my mom had just bought from the store, and I just fucking.
Damn it.
And then I puked up the whole gallon of chocolate milk all over the bathroom.
What?
And my mom was like, "What's wrong with David?" Blah, blah, blah. And then I get up the next morning and go to rap on the DARE program about not doing drugs.
Damn.
My first rap ever, my first stage performance. So that's how far back my stage performance.
How'd it go?
And fucked up head goes. It went. Honestly, I don't remember. I remember walking into the house because I walked home from school.
Yeah.
I walked into the house, and my sister and all her friends are gathered around the TV. The big ass box TV.
Fuck yeah.
Gathered around the TV. Watching my live performance as they're smoking, and I walked into the house and it smelled like weed, and I was like, "Y'all smoked without me?"
You been smoking ever since?
Ever since.
Yeah.
I mean, I might have quit a couple times for some probation or whatever.
I never quit. I was on probation numerous times, and that was one thing in my life personally that I just
might have quit for a job. Or something.
I literally like was the biggest fucking like. No, I'm not going to quit smoking weed. And I paid for it a couple of times. I got on house arrest for 90 days for that shit. But I never, even then, even on house arrest, I was smoking blunts in the gazebo. Never stopped smoking weed. And I don't think I could, bro. Like, it's like part of me.
I mean,
yeah, I get it.
It's a God-given herb, man. I mean, it works for some people and it doesn't for other people.
It works for me.
And that's, that is what it is, and I don't think there's any shame behind it.
I've smoked so long and so regularly now, it feels weird if I don't. Like, if I go, like, a portion of my morning without, like, I'm one of those guys, like, I'll smoke all the time. Like, any opportunity. I still work a full-time job. I'm not working around my job smoking blunts, but I'm smoking one on the way to work.
Right. Yeah, I mean, there's a time and place. Yeah, you get older and then,
But I do it to function. That sounds horrible, but it's like part of me, as bad as that sounds.
Right.
It is what it is. I think we ended up here because I asked if Mom was a fan of the rap. But
Mama. Okay, all right. Yep. All right, I got off topic. So, Mama, when I was 15 years old.
Okay.
So this is fast forward a little bit.
Yeah.
Bought me 10 hours of studio time for my 15th birthday.
Oh, dope. Okay.
And I recorded a 6-song demo at Mix Fix Studios with Dave McAllister. I remember all these.
Of course you do.
Details because it was like
that's a big thing, bro.
My mama
invested in you.
Studio time.
Facts.
And this is back, in early.
Not everybody had studios in their closet at home.
No,
I get it.
And he was a professional, and his whole attic was built as a studio. And
Big boy studio.
I recorded this 6-song album with 7 I think it was 4 hours, 7 4-hour sessions or something like that, or maybe 10 4-hour sessions. But anyways, this little 6-song demo, and then I did what you did back then. I burned the CDs, hand wrote Sharpie.
What did it say on it?
My rap name at that time was Dirty D.
Oh God. It's always great to get, and I do this all the time on the podcast. When artists talk about their early careers, I always ask them what was their original rap name, and it's very rare that they say it's still a name they started with.
Oh, hell no.
Luckily, I'm able to say I've always been Squint since I got my name, but that one's pretty bad. That's pretty bad, Wiley.
Dirty D.
That's up there, top 5 worst.
It's got to be the
That's
worst.
horrible.
The worst. So, yup.
That's what the thumbnail says.
Yup.
The name of this episode is called Comfy for a reason, but we'll get to that. But it's going to say featuring Dirty D.
No.
That'd be fire. And then Wiley in parentheses.
Dirty D is not coming back.
That's crazy.
So,
Shout out Dirty D.
I released it, and then, I went pumping it out in high school. I was on the football team.
Sure.
And, immediately got, all kind of hate from the football team.
Yeah. Best promo ever, though, is high school. Like, you can't ask for a better promo run. If you were an artist at any caliber making music in school, no better way to get a buzz and make shit happen is in high school, the hallways, bro.
You have connections in high school.
Facts.
that will actually talk about you.
Sure.
And it's such a small place, but that containment
waves.
Get right after high school, they all go to different places.
That's correct.
It keeps getting talked about.
Yeah.
So I still have high school fans today.
Sure. And none of us recognized this when we were in school. Like, none of us understood like how that works. And now looking back, I can comfortably say this for any artist that comes and sits in these chairs. If we all would have if we were making music through high school, if we would have fucking approached it like we talk about now, oh God, dude. Like you said, you still have fans from that era because that is such an impactful era of relatability. You know what I'm saying? Like, kids wanted to hear that. Whatever you were rapping about, kids thought you were cool as fuck just for being a rapper.
Well, see, the thing was, I did a lot of drugs.
Fuck yeah. Shout out drugs, dude. Big fan.
Shout out drugs.
Yeah. Huge fan. You have no idea.
There's some drugs that a couple of them that, I will not try.
Sure. Same story, different book.
My daddy always told me, if it's that good, I don't want it.
Sure.
If it make you steal from your mama, I don't want
That's a good theory right there. So to make you steal from your mama, you don't want it.
Yeah, you don't want that shit. No, but the good drugs, the uplifting ones, the ones that make me productive or anything like that, I've done them all.
Big fan. Yeah, same story, bro.
I've been there. I've talked to God. I've done all that. I've done all that good stuff. And not to say I'm not bragging on that. It's just
it forms a creative mind.
It's a creative mind that needs an extra space to go to.
Attaboy, I get it. Trust me.
So artists and creatives, man, I mean, you wonder, the non-average person, wonders, why do all these, celebrities and artists, overdose and die on drugs, and it's like, it's not that the drugs are like, something that they need or whatever. It's because their brain is working at such a higher level than anybody else's, and they don't know how to communicate with other people because their brain's working at like this level,
different,
way up here and 5 steps ahead. And so you're asking me questions about, like, I don't know, what are we cooking for dinner or something, and I have to like bring that brain way back just to be like, oh yeah, cooking this for dinner. Like normal day-to-day life shit.
And then those creators describe drugs as the thing that levels them out, that helps them like maintain and helps them communicate and help, you know what I mean? Like
well, it's it's just for me, and drugs were a huge part of my life, 20s and 30s. Xanax really kind of ruined everything for me.
Gotcha.
That's the worst drug ever, by the way. If you're watching this and you're taking Xanax, stop taking Xanax. That drug is terrible. It won't do nothing but make you forget and forget and forget. And steal shit. For some reason, it makes people turn into klepto. I think that's like a common side effect of it.
Anybody that like regularly has like a stint or where they regularly took it and they don't now, literally call them just talk like you're talking now. Like just nope, stay away from that too. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, stay away from it, man.
Lil White specifically, like he talks about all that shit now.
So yeah, artists, and just like I have experimented with all that kind of stuff, and what it all breaks down to is just experimentation and trying to find a different part of your mind.
Sure.
Trying to tap in to a different part of yourself. And I've learned so many things about myself that I can't explain that to somebody else because they haven't experienced it.
Sure.
And so it's more of about an experience for me as to why I did those things. So I need to experience what this is like so I can experience pain. Because pain and addiction and something you can't control, that makes you grow.
Sure.
That'll beat you down. It'll beat you down into a point where you have no control anymore, and it's like in your artist creativity mind, you're like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I got to get out of this hole. And like, at least for me, a lot of times I had to beat myself down into a hole to be able to crawl out of it and be proud of it.
Makes sense. I totally understand what you're saying.
So,
would you do like an ayahuasca thing?
Oh, absolutely.
Me too,
man.
Bro.
I've looked into it.
Me too.
I
think that, like, when I talk to people like you, not to cut you off, but when I talk to people like you that, like, obviously has a history with experimenting with drugs and, like, all these type things, like, I myself are the same category. Like, trust me, they all know. I've sat here for 300+ episodes talking this shit. But when the bag comes, I got to take, like, I want to do, like, the shaman retreat, like, to where you go to a place.
Costa Rica, yeah.
Yeah, and they hit you with this, and, I want to do that.
It's a 4-day cleanse.
Yeah.
No, I've looked it up, and overall the cost would be about $2,000.
Yeah, it's a grip. It's a good little chunk of change.
Go to Costa Rica, get the boat.
Yeah.
Take the boat to an island.
Undisclosed locations.
Get a shaman that will cleanse you, and your cleansing lasts like 3 days.
Yeah.
Where you're just puking and shit.
Well, while this sounds horrible,
like
do your research.
But you're basically getting everything out of your body so that it is so clean, and then on like the 4th day you do the ayahuasca.
Find yourself.
And no, everybody I've spoke to that have had ayahuasca trips is something that is the life changing,
of course,
and they realize trauma about their lives that they didn't know they had.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And I mean, all right, so there's reasons people do drugs, and there's reasons people are happy. And typically, and trauma all goes into this too. So if you're doing drugs, most of the time it is to mask a feeling.
Sure.
If you're drinking, it's to mask a feeling.
Sure.
It's to get over something. It's to hide something. It's to suppress it.
Correct. Suppress. Perfect word.
So if you're happy, the happy people typically are not doing drugs. But if you're happy and also doing drugs, experimenting with drugs, recreational drugs, then that just means you're exploring.
Yeah. Agreed.
So there's a fine line between, like, getting cracked out.
Yeah, recreational and reliable. Like reliance. Like there's big differences there. Like it's pretty.
I've lost a lot of people to heroin overdoses.
Same.
And opiate overdoses.
Same.
Lots of drug induced deaths of close friends of mine since I've been in high school.
Yeah, same story, dude. Trust me.
So
yeah, I get it.
If you're using drugs for that way, then
know yourself, know your limits, know your body, know the people around you, know your suppliers, know, it's not a fun game to partake in all the time.
This is not an advertisement for doing drugs.
Absolutely not. Never is. This is informative fucking life lessons over here, bro. That's what we're doing.
No, I've learned a lot of life lessons, man.
Right? I get it, dude. Trust me. That's why I don't steer us out the conversation. Like, it's all good shit.
Sorry, that was me steering us off.
No, that was me asking Wiley if his mom supported the music. Remember? That's how we ended up there.
My mom supports the music. She definitely does.
Shout out, moms. So when did I guess, like, based off what you told me so far, bro, like, music, because you've been kind of focused on it for a long time. Right?
I was real hard at one point. You know, whenever I was doing shows
early on, record deal,
early college. I started booking shows on my own, like outside of my manager.
Sure.
And I got paid for one, and then I was like, long story short, thought that my manager was fucking me. Like, you know, where's the money? You know, with all these shows we've been doing. And my young and uneducated self, ignorant, didn't really realize what went into the back work and the leg work it took to book a show.
Yeah, the business.
The business.
I get it.
And I fired him because I thought that I could do it on my own.
Learned pretty fast.
And yeah, I learned pretty quick that it's a lot of things that I wasn't ready for.
Yeah.
And not that in combination of Xanax abuse and a girlfriend that I dated that sang, and she wanted to be on every single song. And,
gotcha.
and you know, I had a friend that rapped that wasn't a very good rapper, but you know, he was a hype man. And then next thing you know, he wanted to be on every song. And so like, instead of me ruining relationships with the people that I cared about the most,
I get it.
I kind of just
went with it all. Yeah.
I
Okay, you just stopped. Okay.
I stopped for 8 years.
Wow.
I stopped making music for
What years were these?
I stopped making music for
Roughly
8 years. I stopped in I would say 2012.
Mm-hmm. To 2020?
And to 2021.
So why get back after 8 years? What brought you back?
Trauma and heartbreak.
Want to speak on it?
Sure, yeah. Artists forget why they started writing in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
And I had forgotten why I started writing in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I was doing a bunch of shows and everything, like, started getting big crowds, and, you know, these people are singing the words in the crowds and everything, and I'm like, okay, so I'm writing my next song, and I'm like, what would the crowd respond to?
You want to make it more reliable, what you're writing for them at this point.
Yeah, what would the crowd respond to? I could do like a little chant right here.
Sure.
And it became like work to me, you know, and like it wasn't authentic to me anymore. And I wasn't writing for me, and I completely forgot the reason that I was writing in the first place. And that's another thing that kind of just that made the music kind of sizzle away, you know, when I stopped doing music.
Yeah. You realized you wasn't writing for yourself no more. You were catering to the crowds. And
so, you know, a few years passed, you know, and my buddy Eddie that, you know, shout out Eddie. That, you know, set me up with my first, you know, mic and, you know, studio setup.
Okay.
Whatever, you know.
Very important piece of this puzzle.
Yes. He, you know, was like, hey, what's up, man? You know, like, just noticed that I hadn't been making music in a while, and it was like, him and my current girlfriend went in, current girlfriend, and mom all compiled money together to buy me a brand new, a rebuilt computer.
Gotcha. And this was 2020, 2021?
A new rig, yep, 2020.
Gotcha.
Yep. A new rig, got me set up, got me a new mic, and it was a Christmas gift, and Eddie drove out to Columbia where I was living, you know, hour and a half out for like 4 times over, you know, a couple weeks just to help me set everything up, get my programs installed, get the new FL installed, get my new Pro Tools, and that was a big investment on their parts.
Yeah.
And it was something that I wasn't gonna invest in myself because like I'd kind of like let it go.
And it was kind of like, let me, not to cut you off, but just to understand the story more, was that at your point where you're like, you had been telling them basically, well, like, even if I wanted to, I don't have.
Well, Eddie brings up the time that we were like disc golfing together, and he was like, yeah, I overheard you say to somebody that you used to be a rapper.
Yeah.
And he was like, bro.
Yeah, when did you hit the off switch?
What do you mean you used to be a rapper?
Right.
And
interesting.
So like he kind of lit a fire back under me, and you know, got the studio back rolling. And so I started making music, and shortly after that, I found a woman that I was madly in love with, fell head over heels for immediately, and it was right when COVID happened. Oh,
convenient. So y'all locked in the house all day together and shit.
Right.
Yeah,
we only knew each other for like
pretty easy to fall in love in COVID, bro.
Yeah, so we fell in love, and then, you know, a few months later, I'm proposing to her. We were, 8 months later after that, we had moved to a house out in Cottontown, in Gallatin, and moved in, starting this life. And I think, life's about to settle down and everything. And things are going honky-dory. Great, man. I got my new studio set up, and I'm about to, make some music.
Yeah.
But at that point, I'm just making music for me. I'm just having fun. I'm not chasing no industry career.
Yeah.
And then heartbreak. The girl that I was madly in love with, engaged to, I proposed to her at one of my shows, and shortly after that, a few months go by, she, find out that one of my best friends that had been coming over to the house a lot. They are married and have a child now.
Wow.
So that was a real.
Yeah.
Real.
That'll tear you down.
Heartbreak.
Yeah, that'll fuck you up, bro.
Like where I just thought that I was going to be with this girl forever.
Yeah. And it's betrayal on two different levels.
Betrayal on two. Well, yeah, double betrayal. Yeah.
From a close friend and then also your partner.
Right.
Damn, bro. So, yeah, that sucks.
So yeah, that tore me absolutely to pieces. And then I'll never forget writing the two songs, Snakes and Lost Girl.
I have to look these up.
Those two songs, Snakes and Lost Girl. Snakes was, more written about him. Lost Girl was written about her.
Okay.
And to this day, my long-term fans say that Lost Girl's one of their favorite songs ever. And it's, the production on it's not
still
crazy.
Yeah.
I made the beat, I did the recording,
yeah.
I did everything.
But you did it all with a purpose, and that's probably why it's so meaningful, and probably why it hits the way it hits. Probably.
I wrote the lyrics in my head before I even had a beat. I had the melody in my head before I even got to the studio.
Wow.
I got home that day and started playing on the keys, and I was like, okay, yeah, I needed to go with this chord progression, and then I'm plugging it in. I'm not a beat maker. I'm a half-ass producer.
Yeah. Talk your shit. I love it. I love this conversation.
I'm a half-ass producer. I know how to do it. I know how to record myself. I do know how to mix myself, but I'm not great.
Yeah, beats is a total different equation, though.
But so yeah, I made the beat. Wrote the song in my head, before I even had the beat, and like all the lyrics and everything, they came from pain, and they came from realness.
Yeah.
And they came from something that mattered to me.
Yeah.
And it came from a point of emotion that you're supposed to get across to people. And music is that purpose.
Yeah.
Is to get an emotion across to people. You may hear a song, I don't know, take something generic as fuck, like Journey.
Sure.
Don't Stop Believing, or whatever, like a popular whatever song. And you've heard it 150 million times. But there's going to be one time where you're feeling a different way, and that song comes on, and you hear a lyric in it, and you're like,
that's about me. Yeah.
Oh, shit, now I get it.
Yeah.
And so, like, there's a reason that songs like that live on and become timeless, because they're real.
Yeah, and they touch so many people over the course of time. Like, so many people have those moments where they find them super relatable, and
they're real. And I think I preach this a lot, that there's anybody can be a rapper.
Sure.
Almost,
no, they can.
AI can be a rapper now. So it's so easy with the plugins and the automated mixing and things like that, where you could literally take anybody in the studio, and with good enough producers and good enough plugins, could make this shit sound fire.
Yep.
Make this shit sound fire.
Yep.
Does it mean anything? Nope.
Nothing.
Nope. It doesn't mean nothing. And we need to get back to the human part of creating music. And it seems like just copycat after copycat after
Agreed.
Copycat. And like we've been on the heavy auto-tune era since
T-Pain. Say it. Yep.
Yeah.
Right. I get it. Yeah, it takes me back to that whole, we talked about this recently on the show. I can't remember who it was with, but where I talk about the oversaturation that I was complaining about and why I ultimately stopped making music. Oversaturation. So let's just keep saturating the shit out of the market. Let's just keep it up. But now, hey, let's throw fake shit in there. Matter of fact, let's throw pretty good fake shit in there. And let's fuck it up even more, bro. Let's make it even harder for a half-ass decent artist to get recognition, nor even fall in people's algorithms because it's polluted with bullshit.
I mean, yeah. And I've heard AI songs that I'm like,
bro, one of them cracked Billboard just recently.
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah.
In country. I think it was country.
It was. Yeah. But the song sounds just like something you'd hear on the radio.
Yeah. It's insane.
But you know what it don't sound like?
Authenticity. Is that a word?
It just doesn't sound authentic.
It doesn't. There you go. Genuine. It's not.
It's not.
It's definitely not.
It's not. And there's a human element that's being lost in it. And when writers are sitting there writing a song, like, okay, what do I write about? Do I write about Versace on my neck, or diamonds blinging, or these hoes that I'm pulling, this money that I'm getting? And it's like, are you
right?
Are you?
Yeah.
Or is that what you're rapping about because it's what you want the industry to hear?
And you've seen it work in the past.
So let's follow this formula.
Correct.
I'm gonna do whatever I got to do to get famous.
Yep. Everybody taking everybody else's blueprints.
And I promise you don't want to be famous. Like, I mean, maybe you do, but you gotta think about what comes with it and be prepared for it. I mean, I think I'd take fame with a slice of cake.
I could handle it.
And a fork. Because I know what my intentions are. So, what are your intentions? Are your intentions to provide for your family? Are your intentions to leave a legacy? Or do you really care about the music?
Yeah, you just want to fuck off and be seen.
Or do you want to, just fuck off, be seen, get some numbers on TikTok or whatever? And
you be on TikTok heavy?
I used to. I was until I realized the scam of TikTok.
Yeah. I don't really indulge in it much. I do from time to time. I'm more of a watcher than a poster. Even with the new album and shit. Like I haven't posted much to TikTok. I can't get with it. I try to force myself to, and I just can't get with it. And I see battles and shit, and I'm just like, what is this shit? Like I can't get with that.
I'm
too old for it.
I'm thinking about starting several different TikTok pages where I just do the most ridiculous things.
I want to start blind face channels to where I just post the narrated content with subtitles, and I just I'm just going to become a clipper, and I'm gonna clip other people's content. I'm going to subtitle it in my way.
Sure.
Put it out to the world with a blind account. You won't even know it squints. And I'll probably make more money than I do on all of my personal accounts.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? They're crazy, bro. It's insane. But it's fucking, you can do that shit. You can literally do that shit.
Man,
you can Mr. Beast's greatest hits and just clip Mr. Beast films all day long and add subtitles to them with your own little touch. Throw them on social media as a Mr. Beast favorite channel, and you're running the shit.
But it's working for a lot of artists.
Yeah.
I do think TikTok is a platform that can work wonders.
Oh yeah, dude. Ego
for independent artists.
And Joe Tyler. They go crazy.
That choose to do something way off the wall that has nothing to do with their music. You know what I mean? Like,
I get it.
Like there's people, there's this rock guy I've been following where he dresses up as a princess in one of the videos and a prince in the other one, and it's him doing back and forth phone Tinder conversations, but making a whole song out of them, and it's like a 15-second clip, and he's got hundreds of them on his page, and they're hilarious.
Yeah,
but the production of the song sounds good, and the visual is funny.
Yeah.
And it's like, I know that this guy makes real music and good music, but he's doing this
because he knows he makes money off of it.
Not the money. He knows he's getting traffic.
Gotcha.
And so one day, all he's got to do is flip that page and start putting out his real music.
Yeah. I get it.
You get people to like you first, or, who you are, way before they like your music. I mean, that's something that I struggle with too, because hell, I mean, I'm an artist. I want people to hear my music, but
you do music full time?
I wish.
Right. That's the bottom tier of the dream just to convert to full time.
That's the bottom tier. And artists are at the bottom of the food chain.
Right.
So you can't just be an artist anymore. You can't just make music and make reels and put it out there and then hope that it's going to catch on. No. You got to have 10 other different aspects of your business model, goals, yearly goals, what you're going to do to drive traffic. I mean, there's lots of different avenues we can go into detail about, but you can't just make a song, put it out, expect it to do good.
Yeah. No, you can't.
I mean, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm not perfect either. I've dropped some songs that have been absolute flops because life got busy. I don't do it full time, and
I get it.
Hell, there's some drops that done flop, but that don't mean that they ain't gonna unflop. Just because your project might be 2 years old, keep pushing that shit.
Yeah. Because
the new followers that you gained
are brand new to it.
Are brand new, and they've never seen that dope ass video you made last year.
Yeah. When I inquired for Wiley to pull up with us today, I reached out. I never even got an opportunity to talk to Wiley more than 30 seconds before today. I met him in passing a couple of times and maybe seen him out once, and then got familiar with his social media, etc. But I reached out to him probably like a week ago. And when I seen him last time in person, I told him that I would be doing so and that we would link up, and I needed to get him over here on the show because I was curious. I wanted to explore more. I wanted to get to know Wiley a little bit more. But fast forward to now, when he pulls up today, and as you guys see, as me and him sit and chat, we're just going, and I love the direction of it because it literally gives me a perspective of how this guy kind of operates a little bit. But before we hit record today, I asked him, what's next for Wiley? Because he'd be moving a lot, but I see him like in such random events where he's applying himself, where he's putting himself out there just for recognition or to be seen, as any independent artist in this city should be doing. Wiley is a perfect character that is looking for those opportunities and capitalizing on those moments. That's what got him in this chair. But I was curious at the time. I asked him what's next for Wiley, and he mentioned a new record. Currently, when this episode comes out, it's probably like the first couple of weeks of January when this drops. Wiley shared a record called Comfy with me. Let's talk about Comfy for a minute. Because while we're sitting here, that's his next slated release, right? It's a single.
Yeah.
Who produced the single?
Yeah, so the beat was done by, of course, K9.
Shout K9.
K9 is a member of It's Really Just Us, the collective that me and 3 other young and incredibly talented producers and artists and engineers. And I say that because we're all multi-talented in that aspect. The name It's Really Just Us came from us doing everything, making the beat to making the final mix, the production.
Everything in-house, baby.
Everything in-house.
Yeah.
So It's Really Just Us. We keep it in-house. And, shout out to K9 for the beat. King doing his thing. Did a lot of really dope production mixes. And I like to call sparkles, you know, in the mix. And the song is something that really speaks to me in my current situation. As an artist, you gotta write about what's real to you right now. Don't write about them big rims or whatever that you think you're gonna get, or hoes in the club or whatever. I don't know. If that's something that means something to you, then whatever.
Sure.
But struggle and realness and actual shit that we're going through means a lot more to me.
Yeah.
In my opinion, and I think it resonates with the people. So Comfy is and you can see we might put the album artwork on there.
Yeah.
But if we're putting the album artwork on there, so it was a picture that I had taken when I was basically forced out of my home that I was living in because of a poor maintenance issue from the landlord that ruined a mold issue, like that ruined all of my furniture and everything.
Oh, wow.
And like, it was, I had to vacate immediately in an emergency situation, went to court and all other kind of shit. And so the picture is this like 20 by 10 storage unit where I've got, an entire house of shit just piled up. And there's this recliner sitting there. And it's the end of the day. I'm tired of moving shit. We've been moving shit for 3 days, and I'm just sitting there like,
yeah.
And when you get uncomfortable and you're put in uncomfortable situations, in stressful situations, it seems like everything's falling in and crumbling in, and you don't know how to deal with it. But what you fail to realize is that this is happening to strengthen you. And then you got to ask yourself, what is this teaching me, and how am I going to grow from this? And artists, particularly, you know, that like to write and like to write about their feelings and their struggles and their experiences, when you get too comfortable, you get home, you know, make some dinner and turn on Netflix or whatever. You get comfortable and get in that comfort zone, and you forget about what you're doing. You forget about that struggle that you're going through. You just want to be comfortable for a minute. Forget about it for a minute. And, man, that's detrimental to your health. And artists thrive on being uncomfortable. And when you're in that uncomfortable situation, it forces you to grow.
Yeah.
It's like, you know.
Well, it's like the 2 records you mentioned earlier. When you were hit with trauma and heartbreak, those 2 records literally were your source of therapy, to where you released these records and felt good about it afterwards.
Well, I mean, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I look back at those songs that I wrote, and, man, you know, for the first year or so, they were really hard for me to perform, like without tearing up.
Sure.
But now I look back on them like a huge accomplishment. Pat on the back, Wiley. You know, like,
yeah. I was gonna say building block.
Right, a building block, and it shaped me to who I
Correct.
am today.
That's what I'm saying.
So, the overall point of the song is, you know, don't get too comfy.
Yeah.
Because the struggle is what we know, and the struggle is what builds us. And
yeah,
without that, hell, we're just comfortable.
Yeah.
Dilly-dallying on through life.
Walking through life.
And if you want to do that, that's fine.
Yeah.
But not me.
Yeah, I totally understand. I understand exactly what you're saying. But I think that's important that I have Wiley break that down for y'all, because he did it for me off camera when he showed me the record. But in that same conversation, I asked him, I was like, you know, when's this drop? And he's like, well, I don't really have a date yet. And I was like, well, pause. I was like, let's focus on comfy towards the end of the episode, because I think it's the way that he broke it down for me then, and then he breaks it down for you guys just now. It's a perfect example of what Wiley is doing with the music he creates. He's taking everyday scenarios that he's been able to relate that has literally shape-shifted him into the creator he is now. It's authentic, and you can clearly see it from the start of whatever you're seeing or listening to from Wiley. I think that's important, though, man. And like, even you have mentioned how important that is sitting here with me today. But I think ultimately, though, like, as I sit with an artist that I'm unfamiliar with, and, you know, I barely scratched the surface of your catalog or seen what you're about as a human. But when you give me a new record and explain why you made that record, and, you know, how you expect it to make the mass feel, it says a lot about your character as a human to this point in your life, bro, based off, you know, the music you've created up till now. You know what I mean? It's a perfect, like you said, with a building block, or it's molded you to who you are. I think it's dope to see a person come through here 15 years deep into a career and know who they are. You know what I mean?
It took a lot of time, man.
Yeah.
You know, and
it does.
And this is a message to all the artists that are learning to be themselves or find their sound. Or, you know, I do get compliments a lot from people that know me. They're like, man, it just seems like you've really honed in on your sound and your message, you know. And I think my discography is kind of all over the place. But,
it is. It is. $1,000,000%.
It is. So I don't really have, I guess, like a sound, I guess you would say, but I do like feel good music. I like making funky music, and I like making fucking music, but I also like making music that matters. And music that matters is something that somebody's going to listen to one day, whoever it may be, however many years from now, and it's going to strike them in the heart, and they're going to break down crying, and they're going to hear those lyrics and it's going to resonate with them. If I can resonate with, man, just a few people,
yeah,
that's success to me.
Yeah, mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. And if there's, I can go on and make a track that sounds like anything. Back on the beat, like, I could make that track. I could also rap like Eminem or something. I don't know. I could make a T-Pain sounding song. I could make this kind of sounding song because it's hot right now.
But it's not authentic.
No, it's just making a song to make a song.
Yeah.
And why waste your time? Remember why you started writing in the first place. And if you can't come up with a good answer for that, then go find a new job.
Facts. I was going to say to stop making music. That was harsh, but you should find something else to invest your time in. You really should.
If you're investing your time in, I'm going to make this song because it's going to blow me up, because it'll get me fame, because it'll get me dollars, because it'll get me, man.
Good luck with that.
That's just a dead end road. But the thing is if you invest your time wisely and make music that you care about and that you love and that does impact somebody, it may not ever have 1 million streams.
Yeah.
Your music career may never blow up. But okay, say, 10 years later, you're ready to hang it up. It's not doing so good. And then you look back at what you've created, and it's just a bunch of ass-shaking club songs or a bunch of dumb songs about getting money or some dumb shit, and you really didn't have nothing to show for it.
Yeah.
But if you got a discography that you look back on that's like, damn, that's some real shit.
Yeah.
I enjoy listening to my own music. I go back and listen to, like, old records.
Yeah.
And try to remind myself, like, hey, why did I do this in the first place?
Mm-hmm.
So do it because it matters, not just because you think it might do something.
Make you a couple bucks.
Right.
I agree, man.
Because there's a lot of other ways to make money, man. There's a bunch of ways to make money out here. And being an artist in the music industry is it's a button press on the slot machine, man.
Yeah, it's a tough game to play for sure. But it's been interesting to see you play it from afar. You know what I'm saying? Just
okay.
so you know, like,
thank you, man.
Yeah, for sure, Wiley. I told you, bro. Like when I seen you for the first time and ran across you here with Cruz and all them at Coop, here at Streets 99.3 when I was in passing, I'm pretty sure I told you, like, bro, I've been seeing you around. I've been seeing you do your thing, etc. I was like, we gotta carve out a date and sit you down so I can learn a little bit more. You know what I mean? And that's exactly what today was, man. Was just to get you over here and to sort of give me a up close and personal perspective of Wiley and help form my opinion of what I thought moving forward. And I'll tell you this, Bubba, like I said, seeing what I see as a consumer and then getting a moment to sit down with you and get the real, I'll root for you, dog. I like what you're doing, and I like how your approach on things and ultimately what you earn for in the on the back end. It's not for a dollar bill. It's not for a recognition, so to speak, but just to touch and resonate with a few people.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm trying to get this money.
Absolutely. And people know that as far as my story, it's similar but different. But ultimately, yeah, we trying to feed our fucking families. Don't get it twisted. Yeah. But I'll tell you this, not to put you on Front Street or anything, but Wiley shared some of his Spotify Wrapped with me when he sat down. And I'll tell y'all this, the one thing he went out of his way to show me, and it wasn't about his percentage of growth, et cetera, and I saw that, and it's impressive. But the one thing that he was most impressed with, was like proud of, was like, look at this, was his dedicated, like his number one fans, the people on Spotify that listen to him, and they've solidified him as his number one fan. Can't remember the number, but it was a pretty chunky number.
It's crazy. Yeah.
It was a pretty chunky number. And Wiley looked at me and he was like, bruh, this is why I do it. Like these people, like they come first.
That's real.
And that's real as fuck, dog. And and like I said, not to put you on Front Street or anything, but I think that's a really important thing for people to recognize, like from my perspective as a podcast host that sits and talks with so many talented people. When I see an artist do something like that, like off camera, away from, like this guy don't know much about me either. But I think that's important for me to point out a moment like that, because it also opens y'all's perspective about why the kid works so hard. and that's just important, dude. But it's a beautiful thing that you admire these things and that those things resonate with you the way they do.
Man, that's man, I can't tell you how much the fans resonate with me. Shout out to the ones that show up to shows, man. You know, like local fans that, you know, come and, you know, just quick story before we go. I had a crazy idea one day that I would put up a GoFundMe, like, hey, you know, I'm pursuing this music career, and like, there's some funds that I need, and if any of my local fans would be willing to donate, then if I ever blow up, I will match your donation ×3.
Wow. Okay.
And
it's a good incentive.
And so and
did you post it?
Absolutely.
Is it current?
It is current.
It's in the description below.
It's current. The GoFundMe is in there, and it is current.
That's wild.
There haven't been donations to it in a while because I haven't been pushing it, but because I felt weird about it, you know.
Yeah, I understand. It's a slippery slope.
I ain't the type to, like, you know, I ain't begging for money or anything like that, but I just sent it to, you know, the people that I know that are real fans. Yeah. And like, I got, you know, like a Facebook fan group or whatever. Sure. Send it to them. And
what's the dollar amount end goal?
So, well, let me just say, within 4 days, I had $1,500 raised.
Fire.
And that's just from local fans sending in $20.
Immediate too. $15. Like that was, like you said, within 4 days.
$100. Within a week, I had over 4,000 in donations.
Fuck yeah. Dope, man.
So that right there blew my mind, because this is a big group of people that are sending, you know, 20, 30, you know, 5.
Sure.
Over this month or so, that added up to over $4,000. And that blew my mind. These are people that believe in me.
Sure. It's eye-opening. It really is.
Believe in me, like, to the point where, oh, shit, he's going to blow up. And once he does blow up, I'll get my money back. Yeah. And if he doesn't, then they believed in me enough to gamble. To
take the gamble, yeah. So, it's a great approach. I don't think it's nothing to be. It sounds funny at first, but with just a little common fucking sense and just recognition, and to understand the concept of how much financial strain this industry can cause on a person. Like, even me, Wiley will tell you, this is a one-man fucking army over here, bro. And as soon as this camera turns off, I'm the guy that goes back to the house with the footage. I'm the guy that sets up the edit. I'm the guy that uploads it to YouTube. I'm the guy that handles all the commercials. I'm the guy, like, anything and everything. So it's a self-investment, bro. And there's a rent on these fucking, in this room that we're sitting. There's a rent, you know what I mean? There's fees on the software we're recording with. There's fucking fees on anything and everything. So trust me, I understand. It makes me want to fucking start a GoFundMe. In the description below, you may find my goddamn GoFundMe. I'm telling you, man, like, I totally understand. But to take the approach and be like, look, if y'all believe in me as much as I believe in myself, help your boy out, because I'm struggling over here. There's no fucking shame in that, bro, at all. Like, y'all see it in the description below. Donate to my boy so he can keep rapping.
I appreciate that.
But like I said, if you see one for me, donate in that motherfucker too, because I'm fucking broke too, bro. I get it. But that's important, bro.
We all broke.
Yeah, facts.
Matter of fact, we wrote a song about it.
Right? Shout out Wiley, man. I appreciate your time, bro. I really do. I appreciate your time. And I tell each and every one of my guests, bro, I don't know if you're aware, but once you get the invite and that seat becomes yours, bro, it's yours anytime you got some shit to say. So another release, another project, whatever the fucking case may be, if you feel the need to call Squints up and be like, hey, bro, I got some shit to say, you'll be right back here and we'll do it again. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man. I'd love that, man.
Yeah.
Not only do I got some shit to say, but I got some ideas, man.
Right. Right.
We might need to get the crowd in on this.
Right.
You know, it might be some ideas y'all want to invest in.
Right. I get it, bro. I totally understand. But we'll make sure y'all see it in the description below. Any way that I have that you can contact Wiley or get involved or see what he's got going on is in the description below. But y'all tap in, man. The guy's true with what he does, and he's a realist, so to speak. He told me that off camera. I'm a realist, and that
and an opportunist.
And an opportunist. But both of those things, Wiley, they portray in the, like, without you saying anything, there's a characteristics that are easily absorbed from someone around you. Trust me. Like, I can clearly see that, dog, and that you're hungry for what you work for, man. So nothing but blessings from me. Whatever I can do to provide or help you out along the way, Bubba, I'm a phone call away. You know what I'm saying? Man, we locked in, dog. I
appreciate that.
Shout out Wiley, man. Y'all know what it is.
Shout out Squints.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. But new single, Comfy, on the way. If I got a pre-save link, it's in the description below. But if not, just know y'all saw the clip art for it. It's coming real soon from my guy Wiley. Y'all tap the fuck in. Y'all know the move. It's IGSSTS.com, chatonstv.com. We out of here.
Bitch, we got views.